Let's continue playing Motorsport Manager. We are 3 races from the end. Balcazar can, if she finishes second in all 3 remaining events and Surikov is not the winner of all 3 of those, she's the champion. And second place has been something she's done on 3 separate occasions. But Sharp is just storming up the order. Just storming, but as I say, 3 seconds against Sharp will still be the champion. In the team standings, we have a bit of a buffer to Panther, a lessening buffer to the Ferraris, but free to go. And it's going to be overcast. Could have done with some rain, but we'll see how this goes. So, car condition update is fine. We'll actually accept the interview for once. Yeah, let's anger the chairman, who is actually kind of happy with us, in all honesty, at the rate we're going. Balcazar finishing second, Surikov rounding out the podium. We did beat Surikov, who is our closest rival right now. We just need Sharp to have a couple of bad races and we should be fine. Maybe. Who knows. Let's continue. So car repair is now complete. Let's get to improvements. So yeah, as mentioned, front wing kind of holding us back a little bit here, but we can't improve it any further, so that's that for the moment. Let's also try and stack our engine upgrades as well. See what we can pick up there. Sydney is engine, low speed, and gearbox. So, already got that to hundreds. That'll be on 9 days for the race anyway, so let's clock that back a little bit. Get some development work on improving things, and see how this goes. We also have new sponsors. Spec Engines. I'm going to actually vote for that, because, you know, why not? Okay, Spec Engines on the agenda, and we have an offer. So, what's the offer? 4 for above, 5 for above, 6 for above. Well, 6 for above gives us money. But you know what, I'm going to take this anyway. Our marketability is fairly high, we'll stick with it. And moving on. So, GP2 and the European Racing Series are wrapping up. Actually, all of us now having the same point system, I've noticed, or more or less have the same point system, which I disapprove of, but still. We definitely wouldn't be top if we were on the system we had in GP3 when we were back down there. Alright, politics. We are going to vote. You've been bribed to vote in favour. Of course we have. Well, that worked. So apparently no spec engines for this. We're still in target position, though as I said, that is a very, very thin line to stay there. Reliability work has been done, so that means we got those. We got the brakes maxed out, which is awesome. Not really what the focus is, I guess, but let's just do that because that'll be done instantly. Get that done as well. Bit of reliability boost there. Bit of a reliability boost there. It'll still be done in time, but I just want to make sure it is as optimal as I can get. So, and new suspension has been built. So, what do we get? We've got a reliable suspension part. Unfortunately, I think we could have done with an actual improvement rather than that. Let's just have a look. So, it's nearly there, actually, in fairness. So let's actually just go full focus on this. Maybe do that. Go for, say, a... yeah, go for a 25.5. I mean, it's still not a bad one, and it's got the plus 50 on softs anyway, so there's a bit of benefit going on. But we don't have a lot of races left. So rear wing or engine looks like the best bet for right now. I just don't see us getting a good engine out of this. We could build a good one for next season, I guess. Went for that. 10 days after the race. Would then allow us to have a level 4 upgrade and an outside possibility an outside possibility of making a ridiculously good one for the end, I guess. But that's really pricey. 2.25 already. Or is it worth just going for a new front wing here? Legendary. Trying to work out which one's better. Risk level -1. Risk there. +10, +10. I mean, it'll take a while. That's 18 days. And it's not really anything we're not gonna get a huge improvement out of that, but it is our weakest component. So now that is again strongest part there. We travel to Sydney. Okay. So we no longer have the 6 or above target, which is a pain, but I think we'll go for this anyway. On the off chance we might hit 4th. We're on super softs again, so we got White on his possible supercharge again. Tyre wear is quite high here as well, so let's go 9, 9, 4, and 2 for Balcazar, just in case we decide to swap. Right, Balcazar then needs to fit the upgrade here, and you need to fit the upgrade there. So there's our part improvement for both drivers. I'm going to stick with that, I think. What are we? Low speed. Alright, let's take the risk here. We're going to give Balcazar the better front wing. So she's got the best engine, the best gearbox we can manage. It's just this. So, Balcazar again improves, and we'll have an improvement there. So overall, can't complain too much. Let's have a quick look at how our car is stacked up at the moment. Still not brilliant, but hey, what can we do? Okay, Sydney then, track A. To the Italian Australia. Okay, free practice then. So obviously we need to be focusing on our race pace and our super soft tyres. Because we're probably going to take both benefits here. 27.7, 27.7, 22.2, -2.8, 44, and 56. Tyre choice, super soft. 10 laps. Forgot to check how many they can actually do on these, but fine. 27.7, 22.2, -2.8, 44, and 56. Tyre choice, obviously the supers. Okay, let's take practice and head straight out. White on a quali stint, that's fine for now, and quali stint. Okay, we'll do a quali stint shakedown. Can't remember how long the lap is here, but I think it's one of the longer ones, so we might just have to give up on part 1 and then go straight for the race. Yeah, we're already a minute in, so that's going to be, what, half the time used on this? We're also nowhere near a third done. Well, I guess focusing on qualifying isn't a bad thing, but we're at least getting our tyres up at the same level. Handling is superb. Balcazar still fastest, but there we go. We would expect this, of course. She's being held up in sector 3. Okay, we're quite close. Let's pull White in, because White is the one who can carry more of the performance boosts. And we should hopefully still get that quali 1 anyway. So, move to race trim. What do we get? A 96. So let's tweak the downforce ever so slightly. And then tweak that back to there, say. See what happens. Race stint, same tyres, off you go. And as expected, that hit us a level 1 for quali stint, so... Downforce seals bang on. Good. Great, great, great. Should be fine. I think we'll do the same thing here. We'll lower the downforce down to 0.2 on both. And I might even stick with that. Maybe do a click that way. See if that works. Race trim and same tires. Then we'll do a switch towards the end of the stint. Hopefully that'll get us the close enough to race 3 that we'll be okay with it. Though that looks dodgy from that particular graph, and the fact we're halfway through our time already. Who are we stuck behind? Just trying to look at who we were stuck behind here. I think that is Mr. White. Handling spot on. No, it is White. White is ourselves. That's fine. Who's that driving in the middle of us? We cannot be challenged. Or we shouldn't be challenged anyway. Even though we're on aging tyres. And this isn't particularly a race. Loving the handling. And Balthazar is just loving a battle right now. Looks like it's one of probably Fisher or Lipponen, I would guess. But still. Stint going well. We're at the point now where we might consider just moving them in for it. Yeah, we'll do this. Bring them both in for a quick strategy change. See if we can get them back out and testing. It's a 1:27 lap, so we should have just enough time to do a swap, get them out so they can actually do some testing on this. Only downside is, of course, we're not going to get the race free, but we at least got the sires to optimal. And straight in as well. Okay, we made that worse somehow. So it's a good thing we found that out. So that is worse. And therefore... that must be better. So we'll try that. Downforce didn't improve too much, so I guess I could just go slightly in the middle and see what happens. 15 seconds though, don't have a lot of time. No point in sending a new set of boots on you. White is extremely happy with the setup, so we're not going to do too much tweaking here. 96, 96, so it's exactly the same. That can only mean we've made that slightly worse by that click. Let's actually try. So we've got maximum tyre pressure here. Let's just try that. See if that is an improvement worth speaking of. So how they both go. So we'll have a new setup to try out for qualifying at least. And we got to 3 and 2. And I suppose we do have qualifying 1 as well. So we could have focused entirely on the race. But we've given ourselves that little potential edge in qualifying, which ultimately is probably not going to matter. I would imagine we'll be finishing 8th and 12th again. I would certainly hope we do anyway. Okay. So here we are at Sydney, aiming for 4th or above in qualifying. Will not happen. And Super Soft Quality Trim is how we're going to go there. Hit triple excellent. Yeah, 99. Oh, that was a good decision. Good decision. And what did you hit? You hit a 99 as well. Okay, well, cannot complain. We'll simulate the session again for time saving and also because I'm rubbish at this. Not that I've tested this in a while, but you know. Balthazar and White, 8th and 9th. White's had a good qualifying then. Balcazar, improvement, but not able to actually improve position. But I'll tell you what, that's a good performance by White. He'd normally been quite lackluster in qualifying, so obviously the car agrees with him this week. That means he's got less to do. And White is traditionally a great starter, so maybe we got something here. Yay! I disagree with that entirely, but yay, I like you. Okay, into race. We weren't expecting any rain for this one. It was a cloudy thing, but we'll keep an eye on it just on the off chance. So, super soft race trim is how we're going to do you. However, in this case, we're going to go super soft and super soft tyres as well. So, let's have a quick look. So the race is 27 laps. We know the tyres will do 10. So, I'm thinking here we go White and probably not a we probably will two-stop, but it means we can be more aggressive on his strategy here. So we'll probably go for an aggressive, see if we can go deep, and then see how the race is going. Balcazar is going to probably have to swap onto the softs or the mediums, depending on how this goes. Hopefully, if we get Sharp crashing out at the first corner, we'll be very happy with that. It's unlikely to happen, but you never know. All out attack to start with. Let's see what we can do. So Balcazar in 8th, White in 9th. Lights go out. Sharp is on pole position, and we need him to lose that pole position ideally here. Balcazar and White not getting a blisteringly good start, but oh wow, what did I say about White? He's already up into 5th. He's up into 3rd. Wow! Okay, White, that is amazing. And in fact, we've bogged down. What a start! Alright, we're going to keep the attack on here, because why wouldn't we? Balcazar is stuck in 9th. We could do with that improving, but wow, is that a great start. Oh, Balcazar's losing positions like there's no tomorrow, but White, what a run at that. White, fastest lap of the race. Balcazar now up to 10th. And we're going to keep pushing with White for a little bit here, because we know he can push his tyres harder than these guys. We know that. So let's stick on the high plan, and let's move Balcazar down high as well. And importantly, Sharp is behind us. Second importantly, we know White can conserve his tyres like nobody's business here. Okay, so overall that's going well. Let's go neutral, let's go neutral. And let's see what we can do here. So, White now under pressure from Sharp. The one person we don't particularly want to be beating us today. A, to control the Ferraris in the endless point gain, and B, because he's actually in the championship seats for Balcazar. We don't mind Sylvander getting away from us in an odd sort of way here. We'd love to push Sharp back into the clutches of Rodriguez. Meanwhile, Balcazar, personal best lap, but not lapping quickly enough right now. Stuck behind Piaget, and Lipponen is kind of holding us up. White, though, is in prime position to start doing stuff. So I think we will go on a bit of a push now with him. Just keep those tyres warm. He's got much more grip than most of the people around him, it has to be said. Just that extra few percent points are making a big difference right now. So 2.7 has a gap of about 0.6 back to Sharp. We could have really done with a safety car or something here, I'll be honest. Alright, so unfortunately the tyre's not getting warmed up here, so Balcazar's going to have to push as well, go onto the high. Which is costing us. Surikov has good tyre grip, so it looks like he's going to be able to go long here. Okay, Balcazar attempting to overtake Piaget, but we're keeping an eye on the front because White is now closing in on Sylvander, whose tyre grip is now getting a problem for him. We have 0.7 of a lap down on fuel, but we don't mind that. It's speeding the car up for right this moment. Okay, let's go back to a neutral thing here. We got the tyre up to temperature. This might allow Sharp to get through, though. But he's doing well. Barnaby White doing an amazing job here. It was a great start. We lunged ourselves nearly into the lead off the line. Balcazar is in full recovery mode. And unfortunately, he's going to have to pit really early at the way I'm going. So goodness knows how we were going to get this to lap 10. Balcazar up to 8th. Good. Got past Fisher. The PGA actually had to pit. So yeah, this is what's causing their strategies to fall apart. They're just not getting the laps in. And that's the leader pitting at the end of this. I know White's good for another lap or two. I think we might pit Balcazar here as well. Pit Balcazar, put her onto soft tyres. Fast pit stop. We're going to try something here. It's going to put us on fast tyres at the end. That's what the strategy is going to do for us. White, meanwhile, has dropped to 3rd. So he's lost the position to Sharp. Oh, wow! That was a great lunge. And Sharp now back in the lead with 2 laps of this still to go. Right, Balcazar. Low fueling it. Out we go. Okay, let's go medium, medium, and just keep those conserved and keep those good. Now, notice Rodriguez and Sylvander both being on mediums. We went a faster tyre because we're greedy. And now, White is pulling away from Sharp. So we've got a couple of laps of this, I think, and then we can go for the strategy call. And I think our strategy call might be mediums till the end. Yeah, this is your attack lap here. Attack, push, pit. Because he can make those go to the end now. We could definitely do this. Mediums, go to the end, see if we can get White to 1 stop to victory. It's a gamble. I don't deny this. This is a gamble, but if this pays off, because he's got all his performance bonuses on the super softs here, but 20.7. Who's the closest actual rival? Sylvander, also on the mediums. And our tyre wear is good enough that we can make this last. That is probably what I should have done with Balcazar, but let's just see. White with a genuine shot at winning this. Let's go low into the pits. Neutral out, and now you got to... Oh, there we go. We're out in front of Modi. We've got clear track, fresh drubber. And White is away. So let's see what we can do. And in theory, White can now try to get the entirety of the race done on this strategy. Surikov is going to be faster on those soft tyres, I'm noticing. But he's going to actually be challenging Sylvander before we have to worry about that. Balcazar, new fastest lap. Does need to probably put all those tyres up a little more. That's the only problem, I think, tyre wear. But we've got that in reserve if we need it as well. Let's go a bit more pushing on both drivers right now. So I think the reason we're going soft here is that we are going to have to make something happen with them. We're going to leave White alone for the moment and stick with Balcazar, who is now going to go back onto high. So push high and see what we can do. We're going to keep a close eye on the top, but we would expect... Blanc is holding Sylvander up, and Sylvander is holding up Surikov, and Surikov is now fighting for that position and has to make an extra pit stop. So he's got to get a pit stop ahead of White to make that strategy work on his side, and Balcazar really could have done with getting past that and not losing a position. Meanwhile, White at the front, 3.9. Modi pitted. Blanc is still in the lead there. Sylvander and Sharp both coming up. They both have to pit, though. And that's, I don't think, is a good strategy. They've got to make up 5 seconds, which they can do. They can definitely make up 5 seconds. But we can definitely go another 13 laps. Balcazar up to 9th. And we're just falling too far behind with Balcazar, I think. So we're after low points, really. Has got up to 8th, overtaking Valdez. Good. 5.8. See, this thing, White's pulling away at the moment. This is enough. Balcazar versus Schmidt for 7th. Can't afford to spend too long doing that. And I notice Blanc behind us is about to pit, so Sharp is going to be released, though his tyres are destroyed. I think we got this. Balcazar up to 6th. Now, Balcazar is in trouble. This is my thinking here. Balcazar is in real trouble, so we're going to go attack high. Balcazar suddenly needs to make a stop, and it's got to be a good stop. So we're going to attack as much as possible, get some distance behind these runners who are going to be on faster rubber in a little bit. Balcazar fastest, personal best in 2 sectors there. Sharp. Okay, White's losing ground at the front, so we're going to have to swap the focus back in a little bit, but the closer Balcazar gets to this pack, the better. I don't mind burning tyres here, because we know we can do this. She goes attacking for this lap and next lap, and then pits. That gives her 8 laps on the best tyres, which is probably going to match what Sharp, Surikov, Sylvander are going to do. So maybe I try an undercut. Yeah, they did not pit. This is an ask, but I think this is doable. So we go here, grab our optimal bits, and go for this. Low neutral, and then we go high out of the pits. Mistake on the tyres, unfortunately, means their strategy is now doomed. Unfortunately, does still mean you have to make this attack work. If you can't make this attack work, then we're finished, because we're behind drivers who've also now started. So, no undercut. Medium, and we'll just endure. White then. So now White is against the other medium runners who have so much less grip than us, but are faster cars, obviously. So it's not a cut and dry thing here. Balcazar, in fact, drops to 13th, and I'm just at that point going to secretly go. Argh! But yeah. If we hadn't made that error up in the pit stop, we'd have been in the faster group up ahead. And we'd be on the best tyres and possibly not been completely destroyed by that particular move. But anyway, stuff has happened now. So, Surikov and Sharp will now start running their way up the field. White is now only a couple of seconds ahead of Sylvander. Let's actually get a high view here because we need some points. Balcazar has to get some points here. Has to get points. If you do not get past and get some points, Balcazar, we're considering firing you. Not even really joking. Up to 11th. White then with... This is the problem now. White's actually going to have some issues finishing with these tyres if this keeps up. So high. Get some tyre temperatures in. We'll still try to finish on them, of course, and I think 5 laps is doable. Just. Surikov, fastest lap of the race. So Balcazar up behind. I think we're going to have to stick on that high strategy for the moment. Meanwhile, there goes White. 40% tyre grip remaining, 4 laps to go. The gap to the fastest runner, who's actually a real threat to us, is a lot. 29 seconds. Piaget pits behind Balcazar. So that's one rival out of the way. We're up to 10th. Sylvander, Rodriguez, Becker are probably going to have to pit as well, which might promote Balcazar a little bit towards the end. Balcazar could really do with getting past these guys. Onto mediums. White then, 34% tyre grip. This is a problem now. Okay, we're pitting. This was not part of the original game plan. I promise you this. This was not part of the game plan, but we're doing it. Attack, attack. We need to make this work now. Push the gap. Push the tyres. 28.3, 28.2. See, this is a gamble, but I think we need to be on the best tyre right now. Okay, medium attack. Oh, we did it. We did it. Sylvander is chasing, but he's going to fall behind, and that might actually really help us out because Sharp is not going to score as many points. Balcazar is in the points finally, and has a bit of a chance of getting us a few extra ones, but White just can now just go to town with this. We do have some fuel concerns to worry ourselves with, but we can go low on the last lap if we need to. I think we might even have enough, because our car's good. We can afford to go all out for the moment. So low fuel it for a little bit. Ignore that. Also go high on the fuel. So we're close. 26.2. 3 seconds is the gap. Medium tyres. This is going to be tight now to Rodriguez. But we got the fuel now. Fuel under control. We'll have that 0.5 in 1 lap, almost certainly. Tyre wear is getting bad for Balcazar, but she's not really in the risk of losing that, so we go conserve, overtake. 1 lap to go then. We've hit fuel parity, so this is all good. Sylvander attacking Rodriguez is helping us out. Sharp's tyres are gone, as are Surikov's, so they are not going to be fighting for too much here. I don't think Balcazar can get any better than 8th, which is a single point. Might mean she loses the top of the championship. But White, phenomenal start. We put it on the right strategy. If we'd have put Balcazar on mediums, I'm not sure it would have done better because of the way things had worked out. But 11 championship points for the team. Only one of each non-Ferrari teams scoring. I think we even outscored the Ferraris on this one as well. Sharp is Balcazar's main championship rival, so I think that battle is now going to be joined. But yeah, if they hadn't pitted, I think we could have made White stay out on those mediums and been fine. But the fact they pitted just meant I had the chance to swap to our faster tyre and go for it. No penalties. Single point for you. Unfortunately, that's a problem, but still. Let's see. So, at the top of the driver's standings, Surikov reduces the gap to 2 points. Sharp now has a 4-point gap. Barnaby White, I mentioned this a little while ago, had an outside chance of stealing the championship. And, to be honest, he might. The Dragon Race Team China now has a 20-point gap. Now, the most you can score in a race is 18, so we are 16 points away from being champions. 16 in 2 races. That is very achievable. That's, what, 4th and 8th in both races? That's doable. We might even secure the team championship next race. I mean, if no team scores 2 more points than us, that's it. That's done. So, we might have actually emerged from Season 6, which I wrote this season off as doomed after race 2. Even though we won it, I wrote this off because we just did not have the pace. Barnaby White, race winner though. Proving us wrong. And yeah, we even hit a target there. So we go to Brazil. Is it going to be raining in Brazil? It is going to rain in qualifying. It might rain in the race then, but we don't know that for sure. So stuff and things to work out. 2 races to go for Dragon Race Team China. Let's see how it goes.